Hi, I'm Adam Vetere. I'm a garden designer. I'm out here Saturday evening and I thought it'd be nice to take you for a 5-minute wander around the garden. We've been here since 2007. Garden itself set over 2 acres. We've got a lovely south-facing view. You see over my shoulder here. So we've got a wonderful microclimate here and grow some really interesting plants and shrubs here. So let's have a look around and see what we can see. Hi there, okay, right, so we're in the original part of the garden here, which was really just laid to lawn. Got the lovely lilac Madame Lemoire behind me here. This part of the garden was a reconciliation to the original house, which was 1920s, so old English style planting here, lots of vivacious plants. The Iris Siberica here is out beautifully at the minute. We haven't got much time, so let's move on to the Mediterranean garden. Let's take a look at that. Hey. Right, so Mediterranean garden, Mediterranean terraces here. So basically this is all planted back in 2011, 2012. Lots of palms in here, Shamrock humilis. We have Trachycarpus fortunei just to the side here, lovely out in flower. Lots of olives, lots of figs, got the cordyline at the back. So a real Mediterranean feel here, works really, really well with the south-facing slope here. We have a wonderful microclimate, so everything in here really, really does well. Okay, right, desert garden. So set on a south-facing bank, full of rubble, fierce drainage, wonderful plants in there. We've got agaves in there, agave americana variegata here, plain one up there. Lots of yuccas, lots of aloes in here. So very fierce drainage, wonderful planting scheme. We do have to keep some in the greenhouse, but most of them stay out with a little protection. Wonderful place. Let's have a look at the Prairie Borders and the long walk. Hi there. Okay, so this is the Prairie Border opposite the Mediterranean beds. Pete Aldorf style block planting here. So many perennials and grasses in here. We have wonderful selection. So lots of echinacea, rudbeckia. We have some wonderful pentstemmas at the front. We have a selection of salvias, wonderful grasses, Stipica gigantea there. The seed heads just catching the sun this evening, the golden seed heads just coming through, beautiful. Daylilies, achilleas, so a real mix here, so bright, vivid planting scheme, vivid colours, a real lift in these conditions. So let's take a look further on the tropical garden and other parts of the garden. Okay, I thought we'd just stop at this point here because it's very important with the design of the garden. We pick up the central axis of the house here, forms an axis straight down the garden and slices straight through the site and into the view beyond. So it's a very important part of the garden design. But very quickly, the tropical bed here, we're just sorting it out today. So lots of cannas, salvias, bananas are doing fantastically well. Got a bit of frost damage of the day, but that'll be fine. Ginger lilies, so in another 2 months it'll be fantastic. Let's take a look at the bottom part of the garden. Hi, so we're in the bottom part of the garden now, the orchard behind us here with all the espalier and candelabra prune fruits. Grapevines behind, south-facing site, unfortunately got a bit of frost damage. We have the orto here, it's got the lovely corten cladding. We grow all our Italian vegetables here, which is a throwback to Italian farmers, Italian vegetable gardening. So we grow all the Italian plants down here, aubergines, tomatoes and what have you. Figs, olives, so a good mix down here. Let's take a look further around the garden, see some of the other parts. Hi there, right, so again we're in the bottom part of the garden. Just come down the central axis of the design of the garden. We're in the quadrant borders here, but we just wanted to show you the beautiful view this evening. So again, it's borrowed landscape. We frame it at the bottom through the hedging. The hedging at the back of the beds obviously forms a great foil for the plants. I thought I'd like to share this part of the garden because it's particularly beautiful at this time of the evening. Let's go and take a look further around, see what else we can find. Okay, so we're in the new part of the garden here, so we're just on the edge of the Ravine Garden. Let's take a look inside, see the wonderful planting schemes we've got in here. Okay, so we're in the ravine, number of different planting schemes in here with the different aspects. We've got south-facing banks, west-facing here, very shady and damp. South-facing further down, we've got lots of palms planted, but here we've got lots of shady planting here. That's quite covered by the hazel and the silver birches. Lovely array of sort of foresty type plants here, lots of ferns, got the acanthus in there, but the giant echiums, they're absolutely fantastic. Cornus there as well. Lots of primulas along the back here, the candelabra primulas, bulliana, and some greenery ground cover here. It gets very damp, so nice spot. Let's take a look further up the ravine. Okay, on the south-facing bank of the ravine, we have a monoculture of grasses here. So we have the Miscanthus fontaine here, we have the Stipa tenuissima, and we have Carl Förster further back. We have the wonderful array of purple sensation alliums, and we have for later in the year, we have the Verbena bonariensis, which is pushing through the grasses. So wonderful, wonderful feature, wonderful site, very effective in quite a small space. Okay, just thought I'd show you the potager quickly. It's quite isolated from the house, so we've been able to have a bit of a classical theme in here. Still very symmetrical. This is where we grow most of our veg. Got the spuds in at the minute, leeks and onions over there. Tomatoes went in today, hopefully the frost has gone now. South facing wall, so we grow the figs on there. Rose gardens at the back. Yeah, so just a productive garden, classical themed. Just a lovely place to sit and enjoy a drink during the day. Let's take a look further around the garden. Okay, I just thought I'd quickly show you the Woodland Walk. It's an architectural prairie scheme which we developed, so it's a mixture of perennials, grasses and shrubs, evergreen shrubs primarily. But it's a wonderful space, nice calm cooling space, which links the front of the garden with the ravine and the lower part of the garden. Let's move on. Hi there, so just a quick run through the knot garden. It was created by a predecessor here. Wonderful wisteria, the smell under here is fantastic this evening. So it's a very formal classical garden, and we've just played around with it over the years. It's a lovely cool spot to be in, but I just thought I'd give you a quick glimpse of it, especially with this wonderful wisteria at the minute. Absolutely fabulous. Let's go and take a look at some of the planting towards the front. Okay, I thought I'd just very quickly show you a new planting scheme playing around with here. It's a modern perennial planting scheme. Perennials and grasses randomly mixed and planted through here. Limited palette. Waves of colour from March all the way through to October and November, the first frosts. Named by Catherine Lee as an Amelanchier meadow, so she put the copyright on it. But this is latest planting scheme we're playing around with here. But I thought I'd just like to share it with you. Okay, so there you go. That was a whistle-stop tour of the garden. Tried to keep it into 5 minutes. May have just gone over, so I do apologise. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll hopefully post some more soon. Take care. Bye for now.